I didn't think it was appropriate to go shooting with my squad of men every single weekend, which was my life, or rebuild my hot rods with a bunch of dudes when now I'm like gonna be married to a guy, right? I was reared in New Orleans from 1 until 17 years old. At 17, I moved to Los Angeles by myself.
Oh.
I didn't know anyone. Yeah, it's crazy. There was, an incident that occurred that I chose to self-medicate to get through. So there was excess alcohol, drug usage from 14 to 17, hanging out with the wrong people, going nowhere in life. A lot of my friends were dying, car accidents, suicide, being so drunk and falling off of a balcony. Like,
unreal.
it was just overdose. Like, it was just one thing. From 14 to 17 was very traumatic years for me. So at 17, I said, I got to get out of here. I want to make a life for myself. So I went to LA. My parents were like, wait a minute, we don't want you to get, what's it called? Peer pressured. They were like, we don't want you to get peer pressured. And we're so afraid. And I sat them down at the table. I was like, name it. Name a drug, name whatever you're so afraid of. Because I've been there, done that, hate to tell you.
Wow.
And I'm leaving this situation to go improve my life now. So I'm going to do it with your support or not with your support. And of course, they supported me.
Sure.
And so from 17 until 30, I worked as an actress, a model. I worked as a server in 2 places. At 30 years old, I married Grant Cardone, which I was this self-proclaimed independent, powerful woman, never depend on a man for anything. I didn't think I wanted a family. I was indoctrinated from, I don't know what, society probably, to believe that. And I thought if I had a family, I was somehow not important or valued as a woman. Like that was a disgrace to be a mom, just a mom. So, I mean, now I've done a complete 180 on my thinking process, clearly. But at the time, it was very difficult for me to wrestle with those demons in my head. But I finally was able to overcome those challenges and marry a man and depend on a man and have him depend on me and collaborate in a marriage to reach heightened levels of success together. And that we've been together over 20 years, but we've been married for 19. We have 2 girls now. And it's been amazing. And I've grown so much as a woman, and I'm more empowered today, depending on a man and being a mom than I was, because there's strength in numbers and there's strength in a team. And I have an army of support behind me, and the facade that anyone can do it all by themselves is it's designed to keep you small, because no one's ever built an empire alone. Wow. It's impossible. I can do 100% on my own. I can, Grant says this all the time, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And I know that to be true. The purpose of us as a unity is for him to reach his 100% and for me to reach my 100%. I'm interested in supporting him, showing active interest in the success of him to help him reach his goals and his dreams. I'm interested in heightened levels of success to this area, because you're going to do whatever you can do on your own. I maxed out on my own. I mean, I can only do so much.
Sure.
And Grant came in, and it's not pretty. It's not always pretty. It wasn't always hand-holding. But what I've learned from him and the challenges that I've been forced to look at because of a man in my life, like the thing that I thought I was never supposed to depend on or need, happened to be the one to push me to achieve my goals and my dreams. And so as I've been in this relationship with him, I've realized I didn't know when I got married what a marriage was. I thought it was monogamy and we love each other, so be in love. I didn't know that love is actually, for me, the greatest act of love is helping somebody achieve their goals and their dreams, because nothing makes me happier than when I'm achieving my goals and my dreams. So when he helps me achieve my goals and my dreams, I'm in love with him. I stay in love with him. People ask me all the time, what's a successful marriage? And most people say communication. Obviously, you need communication, but for me, it's, dude, you helped me achieve my goals and my dreams, and I got you. I got your back. I'm fortified. I will fight to the end of the world for you, because I learned, and then we can move on. Yeah. But I learned early on in our marriage, when I had given up a lot of things. I rebuilt 60s hot rods. So I was in a shop with dudes. I was ranked 10th in California for sporting clay shotguns. So I hung out with dudes. You know, I was always a tomboy. I always related with dudes in my younger era. Now I relate more to women, but back then, when I got married to Grant, I gave up shooting, not because he asked me to, but I didn't think it was appropriate to go shooting with my squad of men every single weekend, which was my life, or rebuild my hot rods with a bunch of dudes when now I'm like gonna be married to a guy, right? So I quit a lot of things that were giving me purpose and passion and fulfillment. And when I shoot, I'm like in another universe and hitting targets, and I'm a mentally challenging circumstances. It feels good to be able to hit targets. And especially, I was an actress at the time, when I'm not winning in that area and I'm winning on the gun range, like I like to win, you know? So I gave that up. And what ended up happening in the beginning of our marriage was, you know, Grant had a twin brother who lived 10 houses away. Asked me how I know that. Oh, because I counted. And, you know, in the very beginning of our marriage, they wanted to play Xbox together all the time. So I'm newly married, and Grant's not coming home until after 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. I'm like, what is going on? Wow. I mean, I lost my mind. I'm like, I made a very big mistake. I was right. I never should have gotten married. And then I realized, I just did some self-reflecting. I made it not mean that he doesn't love me or doesn't want to be with me. It just means he's having fun with his brother. And I really looked at, wow, I'm depending, and this might not be the good depending part. Sure. That people are referring to. So, but I depended on him, or I was demanding of him to come home and fulfill me and make me happy. And I realized that is a really horrible, evil thing to do to somebody, because no matter what he did, even if he would have played by my rules at that time, I would have found something else to destroy him about, because I wasn't fulfilling my own goals and purposes and dreams. And so I decided that day, I'm gonna fulfill myself to be better for him and us. I'm gonna become such a massive asset to him that he will never not want to be around me. I did all this self-enhancement of, what do I need to learn, and what do I need to know about business and entrepreneurial skills, and how do I understand how I can fit in this relationship to make it work. And I worked on myself. I spent hours and hours, but what that did is it made me feel good about myself. I felt competency and confidence, and I was learning, and I just felt so good. I was skilling up, and I became, the joke now ironically is I became so much of an asset. And you know, now with the kids, not so much anymore, but when they were little, right? There was kids and 24/7 and Grant and 24/7, and I need you here and there and the this and the that, that the horrendous reversal was, now I'm like, wow, please, God, somebody give him an Xbox for Christmas, please. Give the man an Xbox, you know, like, so that's the irony of it all.